You want to know what betrayal sounds like? It sounds like your mother skipping your graduation to attend your brother's court hearing. It sounds like the crackle of her voice over the phone as she says, "Try to understand, sweetie. He really needs us right now." It sounds like silence at your birthday dinner because they forgot again and didn't even bother pretending this time. I was the invisible child, the fallback, the safety net they never noticed until it tore. But one day, I made a vow. I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't beg. I'd simply rise. And when the time came, if you've ever been the black sheep, the forgotten one, the one they counted out, hit that like button and get ready for one of the most emotionally satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. Subscribe for more just like it. Now let's begin. I'd make them watch me do IT. That MY brother, Ethan, was the kind of kid you build shrines around. Even as toddlers, people were drawn to him. Teachers adored him. Neighbors praised him, and my parents worshipped him. He had charm. He had looks. He had that can-do-no-wrong aura that made people bend reality just to make excuses for him. And me? I was the quiet one, the rule follower, the honor roll student who never missed an assignment or came home late. I was dependable, steady, invisible. By age 10, I had already internalized a hierarchy. Ethan messes up, boys will be boys. I mess up, we expected better from you. When Ethan was 13, he got caught shoplifting from a gas station. My dad picked him up and actually laughed the whole ride home. "He's just testing limits," he said, while Ethan beamed in the back seat like it was some rite of passage. That same year, I got a B in math. My mother grounded me for a week and called it a wake-up call. That's when the resentment began, not anger, not jealousy, just cold, quiet clarity. I realized my family didn't want fairness. They wanted favorites. And I wasn't it. High school was worse. Ethan spiraled. Drugs, fights, suspension after suspension. I held things together. Honors classes, extracurriculars, part-time job. When I got accepted into a top university on full scholarship, my parents barely looked up from the table. But when Ethan managed to stay clean for 2 months, they threw a backyard barbecue. "Be proud of your brother," my mom said, watching him flip burgers. "He's really turning things around." I stood there with my acceptance letter in my pocket, smile tight, eyes dry. That was the night I promised myself. They may never see me, but the world will. Fast forward to my 20s. I graduated, moved out, launched my own small business, digital marketing and branding. Hustle hard. Ethan, rehab, then relapse, then rehab again. And through it all, my parents bled money to keep saving him. They even mortgaged their home at one point. My childhood home. Gone. But the final straw? When they rewrote their will. They left everything to Ethan. And the reason? He needs it more than you. You're already successful. He's just lost. No anger. No fight. Just silence. That's when I walked away. No calls. No visits. Just vanished, and began building my legacy alone. Over the next decade, I built my company from nothing. Long nights, bad clients, lean months, but it grew, slowly. Then suddenly, I reinvested every penny. I learned SEO, automation, hiring, scaling. By the time I hit 34, I had 5 offices, 120 employees, and a valuation north of $40 million. More than that, I had peace. No holidays ruined by Ethan's drama. No calls from sobbing parents. Just me, my team, and a clear sense of purpose. But I always knew one day they'd come knocking again. And I was right. That IT started with a voicemail. "Hey, it's Ethan. I need some help, man." Then a second one, from a number I didn't recognize. "Mr. Reed, your brother listed you as an emergency contact. He's been evicted and has no place to go." Then the one that got me, from a nurse. "He overdosed. He survived. He's asking for you." I stared at the phone. No rage. No pity. Just resolve. It was time. Time to give Ethan exactly what he deserved. I met him at a shelter. Thin, pale, hollow eyes and sunken cheeks. His charisma? Gone. Replaced by desperation. He looked at me like a starving man looks at a feast. "Bro," he croaked, reaching out. "I knew you'd come." I didn't flinch. "I'm not here to rescue you, Ethan, but I'll give you a job. Entry level. One chance." His lips trembled. "Anything. I'll take anything." That's the thing about power. It's quiet. Real power doesn't scream. It whispers. And right then, I was a hurricane in a whisper. I put him on the lowest rung. Mailroom. 925. No favors. No shortcuts. He showed up late on day 1. Didn't show at all on day 4. I docked his pay and issued formal warnings. He thought I'd eventually let up. I didn't. He had no idea the entire company knew who he was, my brother, and yet they treated him like any other screw-up newbie, except they were actually better at their jobs. Ethan started getting paranoid. "They hate me," he said. "No," I replied. "They just expect you to show up." 3 months in, I called him into my office. He looked hopeful, like maybe I'd promote him, praise him. I slid a paper across the desk. A formal performance review. 2 words stamped at the bottom. Terminated. Due to consistent underperformance. He froze. "You're firing me?" I leaned back. "You asked for help. I gave it. You blew it." His jaw clenched. "You think you're better than me?" I smiled. "No, I am better than you. I earned it, while you burned every bridge you ever walked across." He stormed out, but that wasn't the end. Not yet. That night, I drove past the house we grew up in, the one our parents lost trying to save him. It was up for auction, abandoned, weeds choking the front yard, windows cracked. I bought it the next day, in cash, and I didn't renovate it. No, I kept it as is, frozen in time, a monument to all the pain and favoritism. Then I invited Ethan there. One last meeting. Chapter 11, The Reckoning. He walked through the door and froze. "What is this?" "Our past," I said, "and your inheritance." He looked around, confused. You bought it?" "Yes, and I want you to see exactly what they gave up to keep saving you." I walked him to the living room, the same place they sat him down after his 3rd arrest, and called him their brave boy. I handed him a sealed envelope. "What's this?" he asked. "Closure." He opened it. Inside was a letter. It read, "Ethan, you were the favorite, but I was the fighter. And now I'm free. Goodbye." He looked up, eyes wet. "Is this it?" I nodded. "This is justice. I hope you finally learn what it's like to stand on your own." Then I walked out. For good. Chapter 12. Peace. Years passed. I never heard from him again. Some say revenge is about destruction, but real revenge is elevation. It's walking so far past the people who once held you back that they can't even see your shadow anymore. My parents made their choice. Ethan made his, and I made mine. I chose to rise. Final reflection and wrap up. Sometimes the black sheep isn't broken. He's just evolving. Let them underestimate you. Let them forget you. Just don't let them stop you. Because the day will come when they finally see what they threw away, and it will be glorious. Ask ChatGPT. For weeks after that final encounter, I waited to feel something. Relief, joy, maybe even guilt. But there was just silence. Not the kind that haunts you. The kind that frees you. I didn't check up on him. Didn't call. Didn't look back. But the world has a funny way of keeping you informed. A former coworker told me Ethan tried getting another job, but word gets around. He'd become the guy who got fired by his own brother. Companies don't like drama. Even less, they hate incompetence. He burned out of 3 interviews before giving up again. And me? I was just getting started. I wasn't building just a company anymore. I was building philosophy that no one should be trapped by the past they didn't choose. I started mentoring kids from broken homes, especially the ones who were treated like background noise in their own families. The ones like I used to be. Some called it charity. I called it redemption. One boy, Chris, reminded me of myself. Quiet, sharp, wore old sneakers, and didn't speak unless spoken to. I saw fire in him, buried under layers of silence. He asked me once, "Do you ever wish your family had treated you different?" I paused and said, "No, because if they had, I might have never left." My parents passed a year after the house confrontation. Cancer took Dad. Stroke took Mom. They were buried side by side, like nothing had ever gone wrong. Ethan called me. I didn't answer. He sent one text. "They always talked about you near the end. Thought you might forgive them. You should have seen them." I didn't reply. There was nothing left to say. Forgiveness isn't owed. It's earned. And they never tried. One rainy night, I wrote a letter, not for Ethan, not for my parents, for myself. Dear forgotten child, you weren't invisible. You were growing in silence. They didn't see your worth, but that doesn't mean you didn't have it. You became the man you needed, not for revenge, but because you were never broken, just underestimated. With a title black sheep like armor, because sheep grow teeth when no one's watching. I never mailed it. I didn't need to. It lived inside me. Now, I don't live for revenge. I live for light. I travel. I speak. I fund scholarships in the names of kids who were written off. My house has photos, none of my childhood, but dozens from now. Smiling faces. Graduations. Teams I built. Friends I chose. And I never tell them what it cost. Because I'm not that boy anymore. Not the second choice. Not the spare part. Not the shadow behind Ethan. I am me, unapologetically. And the best part? The people in my life now, they love me not because they have to, but because they choose to.